Hello there, and welcome to our second module in Amazon Traffic Monster. I'm Kev. We're going to talk about branding yourself today, and I don't mean just like branding yourself like with a cattle iron. I mean, this is how you present yourself. And then the reason going to talk about branding and why we're talking about it when we're talking about traffic will make itself clear here pretty soon. One of the keys to being an effective internet marketer is to organize yourself pretty good. I mean, it's real easy to spread yourself too thin, especially when you're talking about social traffic strategies. One thing you need to have is a pretty good action plan and strategy plan, and we talked a little bit that in the previous model. And just realizing time is your biggest asset, and how you spend your time is going to determine a lot of your success. One key part of branding yourself is kind of find a general area of interest or a general area where a lot of your sites, your Amazon or affiliate sites, are based in. Like when I sat down and wrote out all my sites, I tended to have a lot of emphasis in home maintenance, home improvement, and stuff like that. And you'll see why that's important here in a little bit. Personal versus public personas in branding. I worked for 5 or 6 years for Sundance Ski Resort in Utah, and it's owned by the actor Robert Redford. And in public he goes by Robert, but around the resort and to his friends he's known as Bob. And I learned a valuable lesson there. It was a great little firewall he had there, with this Robert versus Bob persona. And what that does is that lets you add value, and that lets you build trust while still maintaining some of your own personal privacies and stuff. And the reason I bring this up is it's a great way to protect yourself. I mean, a lot of times when I got doing some of the social media stuff and I had people in on with my timelines and my blogs with seeing personal stuff with my family and friends, and there's things about my kids that I just didn't need everybody seeing. So that's why I use this public persona. That's why it's such a good idea to have a little separate buffer area there to protect yourself, and if you can have that branding and that protection, you can build that value and trust really easy. I mean, a lot of times we build review sites and they're kind of stagnant. They have a picture of the product and the reviews, but they don't have like a little logo of who we are or a little picture of who we are. So a picture that's a good headshot is a good idea. If you're going to have a picture on there, make sure it's a good picture. Something professional, your name, if you do have a nickname you can use like Bob versus Robert or Bond Girl is a good one. We use that name all for ours. There's a bunch of logo producing softwares out there where you can produce a little smart little logo out there. Something that is uniquely you, like Angie's List is a good thing. It's used her name, it's a logo. Make sure it has something that incorporates your style, gives you some personality. I think it really helps your conversion rate if you add a little bit of personality to your sites. So, how does branding add value? Well, your time is your most valuable asset, and branding is going to let you spend your time more effectively. It's going to let others know you care about what's happening on the other end. You're going to care about the value and your relationship with the people going through your links. Because branding is about relationships. It's about the quality of what you're doing. I can't emphasize enough, having solid ethics and not spamming. Because if you do something stupid, your brand goes away instantly. So there's more about branding in the PDF. And so this is just a great way to add a lot of value and to cover a lot of ground without spreading yourself too thin. Okay, well that's a quick overview of branding. Once again, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us at our support email, bongirlkevhelp@yahoo.com. Remember to learn, laugh, and love, and we'll see you in the next module.